Join me as I casually read The Coldest Winter Ever by Sister Soldier. There are triggers in this book that may involve essay, it may involve issues with children, addiction, and much more. If you are under the age 18, this is not for you. Everybody else, please subscribe, turn on your notifications so you will be informed the next time I upload a video. Without any further ado, let's get into it. The Coldest Winter Ever, Chapter 19. At the apartment, I ate, then slept. When I woke up, I left out to go to the drugstore. I purchased some pads for heavy-duty flow. I cleaned everything up. I checked and rechecked to make sure the apartment had no trace of nothing that happened today or yesterday. As I sat at the kitchen table, I felt down low. I didn't know why. It was like something was pulling me down, making me feel deep depression. It was something I couldn't control. The lower I felt, the more I thought of Daddy. The more I thought of Daddy, the lower I felt. Tears started running down my face. I picked up the telephone. "Excuse me, can I have the number for Rikers Island?" "Thank you. Prisoner information, please." "Yes, my father, Ricky Santiago, was incarcerated at your facility almost a year ago. I came to visit him and was told he was shipped out. Is there any way I can find out where they sent him?" "No, I don't remember his prison number." "Yes, I'll hold on. He's on Rikers Island?" "But the corrections officer told me they moved him out." "Oh, they moved him to another building?" 23-hour lockup. Can he have visitors?" "Non-contact twice a week for 1 hour only." "Tomorrow." I couldn't believe it. My pops was at Rikers all along. The king fake cop lied to me. Bullet knew. I knew he knew. The problem is, he didn't want me to know. I said I would find out myself. I will visit Daddy tomorrow. Nothing and nobody would stop me. Bullet came through the door quietly that night. I was up. "How you doing, baby?" I greeted him with a hug. "Joey said you went out yesterday for 3 hours." "Joey who?" "Downstairs, the doorman." "You know his name. Why is he all in my business?" "Where were you?" Bullet asked, looking dead into my eyes. "I went shopping." "What did you buy?" "I didn't see nothing I liked." "Are you lying to me? I told you never to lie to me." "I went window shopping. It wasn't nothing." "I was going to ask you for some money." "I just went to look at a few things." "Why did you say you didn't go out?" he asked. "I don't know. It was stupid." "I don't know. It won't happen again." I couldn't arrange my words fast enough. Bullet had me all off guard. "What won't happen again? You won't go out again." "No, I'm saying I'll let you know if I'm going out and where I'm going." A disque cures everything. So I unfastened Bullet's belt, dropped down to my knees, and went to work. I centered myself so he could see my lips sucking and pulling. So he could see my tongue. He needed to know he was the boss. I had no problem with that. When I saw his mouth open wide, a look of pain covered his face, but I knew it was just the ecstasy of him busting in my mouth. He got down on the floor with me and we talked. "Baby, you're ficking up my head," he said in a soft tone, the anger removed from his voice. "When you fuck up my head, you fuck up my business." "I can't let nobody fuck up my business." "I ain't doing nothing." Bullet. "I swear it's all about you and me, that's it." "You think I'm leaving this good DCK alone, you crazy." He smiled. "This K is good, ain't it?" "It's the best." "Would you die for me?" he asked. "Baby, I'd lie for you, ride for you, die for you." "But if I die for you, I couldn't have no more of this good DCK." I laughed, feeding his ego. I needed to shift him off of thinking I did something I didn't do. He rolled on his side with another hard-on. He began to undo my pants. "I'm on my period," I said, trying not to panic. I bent over to lick his balls again. Pulled my head up and said, "Wants pie. This is my pie, right?" He questioned. I answered with a nod. "A little blood ain't gonna hurt this big DK." He was all up in me. How can I describe the feeling? It wasn't pleasure, it wasn't pain. It was nothing like a DC plunging into an ocean. But still, I conjured up some moans for him. I grabbed the Tech 9 out of the small drawer in the dresser next to the bed. It was early morning. There were crazy noises coming out of the living room. If somebody besides Bullet was in there, they was about to catch a bad one. As I yanked open the bedroom door, standing behind it with the Tech, I heard growling. not human noises, but like an animal. Walking backwards, I stepped away from the door. I heard running, barking, then howling. Then I heard chains buckling. Motherfucking Bullet had two Rottweilers in our NO Pets allowed building. Vicious looking, no nonsense killer dogs with a chain that allowed them to roam the entire length of the living room and kitchen and 2 feet into our bedroom. Bullet, Bullet, I yelled out to him. Are you home? What the hell's going on? But he wasn't here. I sat on the bed with the tech, debating. Them fucking dogs sat and stared as if all they needed was one miracle to pop the chain and eat my ass alive. I used the bedroom phone to page Bullet. Minutes later, he called back. What's up, baby? Talk fast. What's up with these fucking dogs? Majas? Yeah, Yerkes. Them some loyal bitches. They do whatever I tell them to do. I tell them to sit, they sit. I tell them to stay, they stay. Are you loyal, Winter? You goddamn right I'm loyal and I'm ready to blast your batches to pieces. That would be dumb. You would draw attention to yourself, cops, neighbors, the whole nine. The barking dogs is going to draw attention. I tried to reason with him. If you don't bother them, they won't bark. Just close the bedroom door and stay put. You crazy, I told him without hostility. Yeah, your pie smelled funny yesterday. Click. He hung up. I was vexed that I couldn't get out to see Pops. If I miss the 1 hour visit today, I won't be able to visit again for another 4 days. By evening time, that was the least of my worries. I couldn't leave the bedroom, so I couldn't eat. All I had was a bag of Lorna Doone cookies that Bullet had been eating in our bedroom last night. The hungrier I got, the hungrier the dogs got. By midnight, they were growling, and so was I. My stomach was roaring, and the pills that the nurse had given me was wrecking me on a damn near empty belly. That night, Bullet never came in. In the morning, I paged him, but he didn't call back. My mouth was so dry from the Lorna Doone cookies, I started drinking tap water out of the bathroom in our bedroom. For 2 nights and 3 mornings, I was held hostage by the dogs. Finally, Bullet came in with somebody else. I could hear them talking. I listened as he fed the dogs before feeding me. He didn't even open the bedroom door to look in on me first. I wasn't going to open the bedroom door. I was too mad and too weak. A half hour later, the bedroom door opened. He stood in the entrance with a big smile. The same smile that I found so seductive. Where are those dogs? Was the first question I asked. I sent Joey to walk them. What was Joey doing up here? Someone had to clean up the dog shit. I'm hungry, I mumbled. Oh, so you remember who feeds you? I never forgot. Good. Bullet carried me off the bed and into the kitchen. He had 2 big breakfast takeout orders ready for me and a large container of orange juice. I ate without a word. Get dressed, take a walk with me, Bullet demanded. As I was learning not to resist him, I followed his instructions. When we reached the lobby, Bullet untied the killer Rottweilers from the outside black gate, where the frightened but greedy doorman, Joey, watched from a distance. We walked with the dogs, who in Bullet's presence somehow turned friendly, 2-faced bitches. I gotta make a run. I'm taking you with me. I smiled because I like to travel. But then I thought about my father and how it's been too long since I've seen him. That's right. If I leave you here, I don't know what you'll get into. I know if I was the next Ninga, I'd be willing to die trying to talk to your fine ass. Now, I could leave you with the dogs, petting them like they were pups. But I get the feeling you don't like them. You know, I got a kennel full of these babies. They sell for $850 each. I train them in the basement in Brooklyn. They sell like crack, they just cost more. I thought you was going to bounce from Brooklyn, I reminded him. I am, but I'm going to flow from there real natural. No one will notice. I'll just get in my car one day and pull away from the curb and never come back. No moving trucks, nothing. No one will know the difference for a while. I'm sure there'll be some hoes left crying at the curb when you leave, I teased. I don't f with them low-class beaches. They all ran through. All your girls is all feeked up, feeked in, fecked out, he laughed. Brooklyn got new hoes coming up. Now all the old beakers are fighting them. Whatever. So where we traveling to? I asked. Baltimore. What you know about that? He said, peering into my eyes again. Not a damn thing. Then why you had a bus ticket to Maryland in your coat pocket when I first picked you up? Damn, I forgot all about that I had that ticket. As you can see, I never went. Where was you going? He questioned me further. I don't know nowhere, I lied. Why you be lying so much, Winter? What? I stalled to arrange my defense in my own head. You was probably going to check that Ninga Midnight from Santiago's crew. He was talking casually and exploding bombs all at the same time. How you figure that? I played it off. Don't play dumb. I never forget a face. It could cost me my life. I never liked that cat. He was too quiet. Never knew what he was thinking. I watched how he moved. When Santiago's empire started crumbling, that cat just started scaling his shit down. I know some cats who ran up in his spot. They said that Ninga didn't have nothing. Just a mattress on the floor, a sheet, toothbrush, and a faking candle. I mean, no jewels in the place, no money, nothing. Dude didn't even have a phone. It was like he knew they was coming. In the whole team, he was the only one who walks away free and standing. Cat said he was clean, not a fed, snitch, nothing. He had to put all that dough he stacked somewhere. Anyway, my Ninga's down in the Baltimore area. Keep an eye on him for me. But ain't nothing popping with him. He ain't pushing no weight. Why you telling me this? I asked, as if I didn't care. In case you got any ideas about the trip. That man don't have what it takes to keep you, he warned. I don't want him. Yeah, whatever. So check this out. Let me tell you how we're gonna do this. A lot of cats roll south in Benz's, Lexus, and BMWs. They got the tint, rims, music blasting, car full of ningas. They getting pulled over by the cops. Point blank. Police search the car. They end up doing 10, 15, 20 years. We're gonna think smart. First, we're gonna rent a car. You'll get it with your credit card. I don't have no credit card. Yeah, it came in the mail for you the other day. I was holding it for you. We'll play the part. I'll dress up, slacks, shoes, dress shirt. You'll rock a conservative dress. We'll play something on the radio like Light FM. What difference does it make what station plays? I could swear the Fing police got some kind of ninga radar. If they hear you pumping hip-hop, you get pulled over. If we get pulled over, we'll both tell the same story. We're in the church. We're on our way to a revival. We sing in the choir. You're feeking crazy, I cracked up. I'm dead serious. You gotta rehearse the small stuff. They'll catch you on a technicality. I got a bunch of close call stories. I know how this shit works. Are you scared? I'm not afraid of nothing. I told him the truth. Good, keep it natural. At the apartment, Bullet made a few calls and finalized arrangements. He came out of his walk-in closet with 3 teddy bears. In the bedroom, he told me what to wear. I changed. He got did up like a Sunday school teacher in a suit. Me, him, the dogs, and the teddy bears headed to the car rental spot in his car. At the spot, he pointed out a lady standing in front with a big pink sweater on. He told me to go in, use my credit card and her driver's license. She's the driver, you're the payee. But who the hell is she and where did she come from? She's just a chick from around the way who doesn't mind doing a favor for me. I looked at him, then looked back at her. She was homely, so I said okay. He told me to ask for an infant car seat. We rented a Buick LeSabre family car. The rent-a-wreck people were just so happy to have a customer. After a while, I understood why Bullet had involved this chick. She was 26 years old. They had all kinds of discounts for people over 25. It seemed he had thought of everything. She drove the rental out of the place. I hopped back in the Lex. She followed us. Now where are we going? Brooklyn. I gotta give the Lex to my man for safekeeping. She's going home. She'll drive the rental to Brooklyn. Me and you, we gotta drop the dogs. Then we hop in the rental and be out. Bullet saw how skeptical I looked at going to Brooklyn. You want to hold the burner? He asked. When we get there, I told him. Something wasn't right. You know how you just get that feeling? As we turned onto our old Brooklyn neighborhood block that midday afternoon, it was crowded with fire trucks and emergency vehicles. Maybe we ought to turn around and come back when the commotion dies down, I mentioned to Bullet. It's a 4-hour drive to Baltimore. We gotta make good time, he said. We pulled up to a parking space. Donna, the chick with the pink sweater, pulled up and parked the rental behind us. She got out and knocked on the driver's side of the car and handed Bullet the rental keys. She stood crouched over at the window like she was expecting something. He stepped out of the car. I was watching that bussy like a hawk. I saw him slide her a yard, then she bounced. Bullet reached back in the car and grabbed the dogs. I'll be right back. He was going to drop the dogs off. Aren't you forgetting something? I asked him, looking dead in his eyes. What? His face was blank. Oh, yeah. He leaned into the car, opened the special compartment, and passed me the .22. Keep the doors locked, he ordered. 10 seconds after he left a white guy in a car, pulled up alongside us. Fire Marshal, you'll have to move this car. I smiled pleasantly and agreed. Yet my stomach was like a butterfly cage. I threw the gun under the driver's seat. Then I opened the door, walked around to the driver's side, used the key in the ignition, and started the car. On exactly the opposite side of the curb I parked. Through the tinted window I sat and watched as the courtyard filled up with people filing out of the building. The way everything was positioned on an angle, I couldn't get a full view of what was happening, but I saw the smoke. I saw the long water hoses running from the fire truck through the courtyard and toward the building. Now my eye is like a zoom lens. I'm trying to check faces in the crowd so I could be on the offense instead of the defense. Shame and disgust are the only things that could describe my state of mind when I spotted Mama in the crowd. She was wearing purple hot pants in the winter, a red t-shirt run over Reeboks, and carrying a dirty yellow crochet bag. She was bumping into people in the crowd, pushing them out the way the whole time, staring at the ground, looking for loose change or vile, the way crackheads do. Oh no, hope she don't come over here, I thought to myself. But she did. When she saw Bullet's legs, she scuttled right on over. She knocked on the window. When she didn't get no response, she started mashing her face against the window to see if anyone was inside. By now, I'm curled up like a snail, trying to get as close to the floor as possible. When she got to the window on the passenger side and pressed her face against the window, she saw me. My baby, Winter, is that you? Come out here, girl. When I didn't move, she demanded like she was in charge. Winter Santiago, this is your mother speaking. Get out the car. With my legs tired of being jammed, I crawled back into the seat, but wouldn't open the door. Oh, I know. Got something for you. She started digging in the dirty yellow bag. I'm thinking, there ain't shit in that bag that I want. Just then I saw a Bullet walking back toward the car. His stride was rhythmic like a leopard. He looked real important in his suit. He was moving swift, but trying to keep it natural, as he would say. When he recognized my mother, he yelled from a distance. Hey, move away from the car. Just then, my mother pulled some dirty envelopes out of her bag. She had a big smile on her face, like she was very pleased with herself. Winter, these are letters to you from your father. I've been holding them for you. I didn't know if I would ever see you again. I felt a shockwave shoot through my body. At that split second, those letters became the most important thing in my life. Just as Bullet arrived at the door, I jumped out to get the letters. She don't want that shit. He swatted my mother to the side like she was a fly. I want those letters, Bullet. My father wrote those letters to me, and you can't keep me from having them. He saw the fire in my eyes. Bullet, what you got for me? What you got for me? My mother hopped around like a 3-year-old waiting on a lollipop. I don't got nothing for you, he growled at her, while steadily looking in my eyes. Come on, Bullet, we friends, we friends. Tell Winter we friends, Mama said. Give me the letters. I stepped up and extended my hand to my mother. She pulled her arm, securing the letters behind her back, teasing me. You want the letters. She wants the letters. What y'all got for me? You look good. Winter, you look like you got a whole lot of money. Do you owe me some money? What you got for me? My mother sang. I lunged at her. She fell on the ground. I fell on top of her. I grabbed the envelopes out of her weak fingers, clenched into a fist. Bullet lifted my body off the ground and into the air. Go get in the rental. From the look on his face, I knew to follow his instructions. I didn't care because I had the letters. He threw a $10 bill on the ground and told Mama, "Go what you need somewhere else." She picked it up and disappeared as fast as she came. Bullet placed the teddy bears in the back seat of the rental, next to the infant car seat. "Don't fucking move," he threatened me. I saw him signal to his man who was standing on a car watching the firefighters put out the fire. His man got in the driver's side of the legs. Bullet leaned in the passenger door. He put all his guns from the compartment in a carry bag. He walked back and threw the bag in the trunk of the rental. As he returned to the driver's side of the rental, I asked him, "Did you get the 22? It's under the driver's seat in your car." His man was pulling off. Bullet trotted in his church suit behind the car to catch up with him. "Yo, hold up, man." I didn't even have time to turn my head a little bit. A brick came crashing through the window of the passenger side of the rental. "You stupid fecking bat, you had the nerve to bring your ass back around here." The car door swung open. Simone charged in. With her heavy hands around my neck, her weight was holding me down on the front seat. I started throwing mad punches, swinging at her face, punching her in the eyes to get her off balance. The car was rocking. People started gathering around the car, cheering. I could hear people walking on top of the car roof, the whole nine. Me and Simone was still thumping. I bit her. She tore open the top of my dress. Next thing I know, we both fell out of the car into the street. We was wrestling. I was using my knee to kick her in the belly. Laid out on the ground, she reached her big arm toward the gutter and grabbed a dirty bottle. I tried to shake it out of her hand, but she was a big buffalo. She broke the bottle. I caught flashes of the faces in the crowd that now had us pinned in. I saw nasty little Natalie standing there, egging Simone on. "Cut the beachish, cut her," she called out. Simone kept coming at me. I was lighter on my feet, so I ducked and dodged. For a second, I looked up because I saw Bullet coming through the crowd with the gun in his hand. Just seeing him got me feeling pumped. Now I had superpowers, but Simone took advantage of that split second when I looked away. Her big arm came swinging down, slicing a 7-inch gash on the left side of my face. I felt my face open up. I grabbed my head and blood was all over my fingers. My face felt hot, like it was surrounded with heat. Bullet shot the gun in the air. Everybody started running. Even Simone bounced. Some bold people stood right there and kept watching. "Ah, baby," Bullet said when he saw my face and the blood. He led me to the rental. He sat me down in the car. For seconds, he just kept saying, "Damn, damn, damn." Then whoop, whoop, police siren. I could see the red lights bouncing in the rearview mirror as the police cars ripped down the street. Bullet closed the passenger door and ran around to drive the car. Suckers in the crowd pointed our car out to the police. That wasn't as shocking as me watching Bullet walk past the driver's side, past the car onto the sidewalk, and down the street like he had nothing to do with it. I opened the door on my side and tried to get out, but the cops was up on me. This concludes my reading of The Coldest Winter Ever, Chapter 19. Remember to subscribe and share. Let me know if you're interested in some other books. Guess what, guys? My book is on Audible. Picking Up the Pieces to 100 Broken Promises is also in every major bookstore. And so is the workbook. And check out my gratitude journal. My medical journal is the only one that's on Amazon exclusively. Thanks for